All right, it is 8 minutes to the top of the hour. You're listening to The World Today from the BBC World Service. Now, in a few hours from now, 3 journalists will set off on their bicycles from Fleet Street here in central London to undertake a 250-kilometer ride to Bayeux in northwestern France. Their aim is to publicize the fate of 2 of their colleagues who were killed 3 years ago. Now, joining us on The World Today, 2 of them, and the Clarke and Mark Ludlow of CBS News based in London. Welcome to The World Today, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's a grueling bit of exercise ahead of you, but the history of it is rooted in tragedy. Andy, tell us about that.
3 years ago today, Memorial Day in the United States, 2 of our colleagues, Paul Douglas, cameraman, and James Brolan, the sound man, were killed along with a US Army captain and an interpreter in Baghdad when a bomb exploded inside a car. They were killed pretty much outright on that stage, and it's it's one of it's the greatest tragedy that's ever hit CBS News in London.
Okay, so why the decision to take a ride, to get on the bicycles?
It was Andy's idea actually a little while ago. He suggested that we do something in memory of our 2 colleagues and fallen journalists in general. And first of all, it was sort of suggested as a joke, but then it gathered speed, and we decided to do the ride and started training and put it together, and it gained momentum from there.
And you're heading to Bayeux in France?
We are heading there. We're starting today. We're going to head as far as Guildford today, and then on to Portsmouth, and then across to France, and get to Bayeux on Friday, which is the anniversary.
How does this bring attention to the challenges faced by journalists reporting in difficult environments?
I think what we're trying to do here is to highlight not only our friends' memories, but it also highlights the dangers that journalists have every time that we walk into a war zone, every time we have to put on a flak jacket, every time we have to put on a helmet. There are no defined lines these days between journalists and the enemy and combatants. We are, we're part of the story when we get out there.
And very quickly, has this been, so far, 2009, been a bad year for journalists?
It's been a very bad year for journalists.
And I suppose a final question to both of you is perhaps about the physical preparation for this. I mean, both of you look like, reasonably physically strong gentlemen. Have you been training for
We've been training more or less on a daily basis, not as many miles as possibly we should have done, but or back-to-back, which is the concern coming up. But I think we're reasonably okay.
And we've dropped a few kilos in the process, which most probably hasn't done us any harm at all.
It's for a good cause. Enjoy your trip, gentlemen.
Thanks
for coming
much.
in. Andy Clarke and Mark Ludlow of CBS News, based in London.